At my bag, yeah. First of the month, I'm a running back. Ay. Same day, why I'm a running back. Yeah. Friday, payday, running back. Ay. Running back, running back, running back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go your then run it back. Running back, running back, running back.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Braxton Berrios, 82 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested. I did not say they'd get tested on play number 1. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots. But that, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
Let's go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Throwing is Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, you know, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Let's go. Take over first and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Braxton Berrios with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. He's going to air one out. He's got him in, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 40 yards. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here on second down. Kamara. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Bridgewater now. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Scott Miller, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, you see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson, this into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain him.
And watching him plays like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaquille Barrett, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is Harris. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And again the footwork. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And just bowling over tacklers. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Buccaneers' 44-yard line.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7. From the 44, Bridgewater. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards, good for a Saints first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Kamara. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Watch that grip. Watch that creeping. Safety's creeping.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film? Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Marcus Davenport. In there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now Jackson on first down. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 3rd down, Jackson and able to connect with Berrios. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he's got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for the Saints. 44 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. It's brought in by Harris. A well-executed 22-yard gain. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 14th touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-17. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Jones trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They go play action with Jackson. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just toweling it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
First down, Buccaneers.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'll throw on first down with Jackson, going for it all. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. First down throw for Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets a made. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Bridgewater. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. This time they stay on the ground. It's a foot race past the 20, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his second touchdown there. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. On third down, Bridgewater. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Shaquille Barrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Harris to return. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Looking to throw again on second down. Bridgewater. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On the counter, here's Kamara. 17 there, and a New Orleans first down. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Hey, that's scared. That's scared.
Bridgewater. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Toss play, Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Come on, set. Pittsburgh. 50 seconds to Mike. That's right.
They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. And that's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Harris. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to come from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Not an actual player? No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. He's been terrific so far. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
19 yards there on the catch and run. We are headed to the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action now. Bridgewater. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Tight yard.
A busy night continues for Kamara. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
That was a really nice play, to be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep fine.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Lutz good on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Got a man. It's Berrios complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This is Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Check that.
Now it's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Gay's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater throwing the out route and complete. That's Harris. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. Now on 2nd and 13. Bridgewater under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Marcus Davenport racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Here's Bridgewater. And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Let's make these boom, boom. Mike 52, Mike 52.
Throwing now is Jackson. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This quarterback now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man?
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Bridgewater. He completes this into the hands of Miller. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the shit.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't... So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Saints, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here